Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and welcome to the Lakers post-game show on ZSPN on YouTube. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers, they just came out with a win against the Golden State Warriors tonight. It was an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers, and, it was just a great performance overall from this Lakers team. Now, they are still without Anthony Davis. Last time I checked, I believe Anthony Davis will be out for another 3 weeks due to the injury that he suffered in, I believe, in February. And rightfully so. I mean, this is a smart move by the Los Angeles Lakers to make sure that Anthony Davis is 100% ready to go when it's all said and done. I mean, all Laker fans want Anthony Davis to be at his best once he comes back with the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Lakers, they have 1 week to go when it comes to the trade deadline. There has been talks that the Lakers might be getting some interest in PJ Tucker, who is basically done with the Houston Rockets, and he basically wants to be traded. So the possibilities of the Lakers maybe looking for a trade could potentially happen, but I won't hold my breath on it because the Lakers, they're at a position where they don't really have an opportunity to trade for anybody, really. I mean, the only possibility maybe they can trade possibly a player that they have already that's on a veteran minimum, and possibly just seeing a type of equal value when it comes to other teams that wants to trade a particular player that's on a veteran minimum. That's why I refer to Hassan Whiteside. He's on a veteran minimum. He's making around $2.1 million. So a possibility of that happening could potentially happen if somehow Andre Drummond is not bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers. But let's just put this out there right now. If Drummond is bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers, you can bet that the Los Angeles Lakers will be on top of that, and there's some interest between Drummond and the Los Angeles Lakers. So there is a type of scenario that, possibly Andre Drummond wants to join the Los Angeles Lakers. But, you still have the Brooklyn Nets that's also a top suitor for Andre Drummond for a type of destination. So, but it still remains to be seen. We still have 1 week to go for the trade deadline to approach. And, once that happens, also the NBA buyout. You never know what sort of teams will buy out a certain player. So the possibilities are going wonders when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and their situation of adding on particular players to help out LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers, especially when it comes to the center position and possibly adding a 3-and-D type of player. And I believe maybe a shooter, but I think the best scenario is the center position and a 3-and-D type of player. But like always, guys, if anything does happen when it comes to any sort of interest that the Lakers have in a certain player, make no mistake, I will make videos about that. And if you guys follow me on all my social media sites, I'm always very active there. So when it comes to any sort of news, update, speculation that goes, everything that has to do with the Los Angeles Lakers. So stay tuned for that. And, when it's all said and done, I mean, this game, it was just sensational. I mean, the Lakers, they just blew out the Golden State Warriors. And it was just a convincing fashion. It was supposed to be a win for the Los Angeles Lakers to get. And with this win, I believe they have 26 wins under their belt, and I believe they are still remaining in the third seat, I believe, but it still remains to be seen if that will potentially change moving forward. But it was just a lot of greatness out there. Montrezl Harrell from the beginning was the score for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. I believe he had, I might be mistaken, 25, maybe 26 points out there tonight for the Los Angeles Lakers, who just led the Lakers in scoring tonight off the bench. So great job on his performance. That's what I really like when it comes to the second unit. The second unit needs to step up when these type of circumstances that the Lakers are in, when it's all said and done. They do need help, and with Anthony Davis being out and plethora of injuries that are being stacked up for the Los Angeles Lakers, it kind of hurts things and kind of puts into question of what sort of needs the Lakers need to go after. That's why I mentioned in the beginning of this video the trade deadline and the buyout market. And a certain position that the Lakers' number one priority is the center position. That's why players like Andre Drummond comes to mind when it comes to certain position the Lakers are in, and that's why we just need to make sure that hopefully things go well for the Lakers next week when it's all said and done about the trade deadline and the buyout market. So but when it's all said and done, I mean, Montrezl Harrell, he stepped up in a huge way for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. So a great job on his end. He's not sixth man of the year for nothing. I mean, the guy is just that gifted when it comes to that sixth man position. So great job out there for Trezz. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, I mean, LeBron James averaged a triple-double out there tonight. I believe he had 22 points, like 10 rebounds and 11 assists. He kind of struggled a bit in the first half, but when it came to the third quarter, he stepped up in a huge way for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it just led to his scoring out there and his performance with a triple-double out there tonight. And it was just a great performance overall for the King, and hopefully he just keeps this momentum alive, and once Anthony Davis returns, and maybe possibly with potential added Lakers next week potentially, maybe it will ease the load that LeBron James is in when it's all said and done about the circumstances that the Lakers are in when it comes to the injuries being stacked up with the Los Angeles Lakers. But who else? LeBron James, he just had a great performance out there tonight. So great job out there for LeBron James. When it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad on the starting lineup, KCP, we saw a little bit of a glimpse of his abilities out there tonight, especially in the second and third quarter with his scoring ability. I believe he had 17 points, out there tonight. So occasionally we will see KCP play to the best of his ability at any given time, and he will step up at times. But usually I'm the type of person that's like, since Anthony Davis is out, you need to step up more. You need to be that sort of presence out there. He's a good defender, but at the same time, we need to see some scoring, similar to what we saw from him last season in the playoffs, where he just was a scoring machine for the Los Angeles Lakers. But but either way, type of performances like this, I would love to see more out of KCP moving forward. But it is what it is. He's a up and down type of player when it's all said and done about his performance this season so far. So, but this performance tonight, great job out there for KCP. Who else? I believe. And, when it's all said and done, I mean, Damian Jones started for the Los Angeles Lakers due to Marc Gasol still being in the health and safety protocols due to COVID. So the Lakers did bring back Damian Jones, with the second 10-day contract. So he averaged 8 points. But personally, guys, we all know the needs, and that is the center position. So obviously, once the trade deadline and the buyout market approaches, you can guarantee that the Lakers will pursue a center. And then when it's all said and done about Damian Jones, maybe he will stick around, but it still remains to be seen about that. But 8 points, not bad, but his defensive side is what really matters for the Lakers, and we saw a glimpse of that in tonight's game against the Golden State Warriors. His former team that he won 2 championships with, and the team that drafted him. So it was just, would have loved to see better performance on the offensive side, but defensively he was there. So great job out there for Damian Jones. And then, when you look at the bench, I mean, obviously we mentioned, Montrezl Harrell. I mean, he had a great performance, led the Lakers tonight in scoring. So great job out there for him. Kyle Kuzma, he had a solid performance out there. I mean, I have to say, when it came to the fourth quarter, he stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And also you can make the argument that the third quarter was a good glimpse of his abilities out there tonight, scoring-wise. And I believe he had, I might be mistaken, I think he had 17 points out there, and I think he went 2 of 2 from the 3, but I might be mistaken about that as well. But like always, I'll put the correct stats so you guys will know how the Lakers performed out there tonight against the Golden State Warriors. But, a solid performance out there for Kyle Kuzma. He has been stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers after the All-Star break. So, great performance out there for Kyle Kuzma. THT, we saw his ability out there tonight, but obviously he had more of the ability to play more out there tonight because of how the results of tonight's game was. I mean, the Lakers blew out the Golden State Warriors, and it was just an opportunity for THT and the rest of the players who don't really play so much on the team because of how the game is going. And he basically showed his abilities out there tonight, similar to what we witnessed when it came to the preseason. I believe he had 18 points out there tonight. So a great job for THT. I mean, he is a promising player, and obviously the future is bright for him for his NBA career moving forward. So great job out there for THT. But, overall, the Lakers, they just had a great performance. I mean, overall, they came to play. They did not slack. And obviously, they wanted to get this win over the Golden State Warriors because they are an easy team to beat. I mean, they are basically one of the worst teams, but, they're in the playoff picture. So it's kind of weird that I believe they're in the 8th spot, but I might be mistaken. But, they are a tough team, but at the same time, they can be beaten. So obviously the Lakers are one of those teams that can beat the Golden State Warriors. And it was just a great performance overall for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to see more out of the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward. I believe they have a game tomorrow against the Timberwolves, and they are basically the worst team in the Western Conference. So it could be an easy win for the Los Angeles Lakers tomorrow, but still remains to be seen about that. But, I believe they have the capabilities of pulling off a win tomorrow. So hopefully we can see not just 26 wins under their belt tonight, but 27 possibly tomorrow. So I really want to know, guys, your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below about the Lakers' performance tonight. Who do you really think stepped up for the Los Angeles Lakers? Was it Montrezl Harrell? Was it LeBron James? Kyle Kuzma? THT? KCP? I mean, I really want to know your thoughts about that in the comment section down below. And please also give me your thoughts about the Lakers' plans when it comes to the trade deadline or possibly the buyout market. Who do you think they should pursue? That's a number one priority. Is it the Andre Drummond rumors, possibly him being bought out and have an interest with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Nets? Or do you think they should go in a different direction? Maybe they should possibly trade for Hassan Whiteside. or possibly trade for PJ Tucker. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that the Lakers might be looking at when it comes to improving their roster and who will basically be the best fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. And all signs are showing that most Laker fans want Andre Drummond. But possibly, if it does not happen when it comes to him being bought out, maybe things will be much different. Maybe they can go, the Lakers will go in a different direction. But still remains to be seen what their mindset is and what's their plan when it comes to improving the roster. But still remains to be seen about who they go after once March 26th approaches, and it will basically begin next week. So I really want to know, guys, your thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.